Is 250 cc's really enough? That's a common question that I've been getting since we built these bikes, and to be honest, it just depends on how you ride. You're gonna get tired of hearing me say that, but that's just the truth. But I do call these things dual sports, and it's in the name that you need to be able to ride these things comfortably on the road. Now I use the word comfortably loosely because these bikes only have 5 speeds and they will absolutely be screaming on the highway. But if it was up to me, I'd spend 100% of the time off-road anyways, but in reality, we just don't have that luxury. We gotta ride the connecting trails. Sometimes we wanna do different kinds of exploration and extended trips. And I haven't shown that side on the channel yet, but that's what we're gonna be doing today. So without further ado, let's hop on the 250Fs and head up into the hills.
Happy Easter, guys. Don't look at my ankles.
Let's roll. The old 250s are screaming today. We are headed up into the mountains right now. I had to stop at Family Dollar and buy myself a maxi pad. See those mountains up there? Yeah, over the handlebars? That is where we are headed, man. I love this ride. It is Easter Sunday. Might be burning a little bit of oil at the speeds we're trying to maintain, but we will get it done and we will be up there soon enough. There's the frog up there. It would be more fitting if it was a lizard or like a Gila monster. That's a damn frog if I've ever seen one. How do you beat that view? Knowing you're gonna be there in just a few minutes. So awesome. Welcome to Ohio. Let the curves begin. Hopefully these dry rotted Kenda Trackmasters do all right. Last time we came up through here, I was on the 300L with the D Sports and it did great. You could get some serious angle in the corners and I was really impressed on how those tires did, and that's what Alexis has on her bike, so I feel confident in her. But one question I do have is how long will these bikes hold up to this kind of highway abuse? There's some stretches where we're going 20-30 minutes at a very high RPM, slight smell of burnt oil. So we'll see, only time will tell how these little Hondas will do. But man, oh man, I just love this ride. It's such a good ride. I think it's supposed to be a high of almost 90 back where we're camped out at. Obviously up here in the mountains it's going to be a little bit cooler, so we figured this would be a perfect day to do this. Wish we could bring the Diesel along with us, but he is cozy back in the camper. I'll tell you one thing, I'm itching to do some camping. The infamous moto camping. Regardless, I just want to sleep outdoors. The camper is just not the same. We really are glamping out here. Almost. Dude, I was like sideways. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I thought your leg was just about to snap off.
Woo! We were on top of the world. Oh man, this is absolutely breathtaking.
My legs are jello.
We made it.
We made it.
Well, I think we decided to do the full hike. As you can see by my headdress, aka Alexis's shorts. As always, underprepared. We did not plan on doing the full hike. We only planned on doing maybe half of it, I don't know, mile. But nope, we did the full, what, 7 miles?
7 total.
And not an easy 7 miles at that. And we made good time too.
Yeah, we did. No sunscreen, so I'm about to be a tomato, and we are out of water.
Yep, both of us are out of water. Thankfully, these shorts kept me from getting sunburn. My arms, they're seasoned enough.
That's crazy.
Well guys, we are on the tail end of the hike. This was in commemoration of the Granite Mountain Hotshot crew. There was 20 total in the group and 19 out of the 20 died in this fire that happened here. June 28th, 2013, a lightning strike started a small brush fire that this crew monitored, and within the span of 2 days, heavy winds completely changed the direction of the fire, and they ended up getting trapped over the course of 20 minutes at the location that we just visited. And they had set up their emergency fire shelters, which they all burned alive at that very location. Pretty wild to see. This is some very unforgiving terrain, and I'm sure those guys are severely underpaid for what they do. So it's just crazy to think what they all went through. Over there is the road that we came in on, and I believe we got about a half mile left. Can't imagine doing this same hike with 50 pounds of gear that they were carrying, the clothing, the heavy duty logging boots. I've hiked long distances, but with that amount of gear, it's just a whole different situation. One of the youngest guys on the crew was 21 years old. 8,000 acres of vegetation like this was burned. It's just crazy to think that this little of vegetation on fire can cause that much damage.
We did it 7 miles later. Oh man, my legs are chooched. Ready to get back to the D's and some food. We did all that fasting like we normally do. Oh my gosh. Let's do this. Thank you. Views are magnificent. Take it all in, relax our legs, keep our eyes on the road.
Well guys, that was one hell of an adventure. We ended up doing the full hike. It was brutal. The heat was really starting to get to us. We ran out of water. We were looking forward to getting back on these bikes and heading back to camp. The speed limit was 65 and we were able to maintain that, but it was a challenge. We climbed a few thousand feet in a short amount of time, and I gotta say, I am impressed with these things, and it was a lot of fun ripping these small, lightweight bikes through those twisty corners. As you guys know, here on the channel, we have a history of small bore bikes, and there's just something that's way more fun about riding a slow bike fast than it is riding a fast bike slow. As soon as you get out of the corner, you are just on the throttle trying to get back up to speed, and it is exhilarating. It is fun. I had mentioned smelling a little bit of burnt oil. It's kind of hard for me to confirm that. I checked the dipstick on both bikes and it hasn't dropped a bit. It smells fine. I will probably do an oil change soon and report with you on how everything looks. As mentioned, these bikes were never designed to be held at highway speeds for an extended period of time, but they did it, and they did it pretty damn good. I never tried to hold it wide open in 5th gear. There was always a little bit left in the tank, and in combination with just pulling off and letting some other people pass now and then, I think it's very doable. We've put a lot of time, money, and effort into this platform, and just knowing that it paid off is a good feeling. I have no regrets whatsoever about going this direction. Would I want to take these things cross country? No. Would they do it? Probably, but the goal is to always stay on back roads and fire roads and get to the trails as soon as possible anyways. If Honda could just go back in time and use the 6-speed gearbox, it would be so much more versatile. And coming from the 300L, that's about the only thing that I miss. And I don't miss it that much because as soon as the going gets rough, this bike just does so much better and I have way more fun riding it. But that's gonna wrap up this Easter ride. I hope everybody had a great weekend spent with family and friends. And if you have any experience with smaller bore bikes and riding them on the road, I would love to hear some of your stories. That is gonna wrap up today's video. Always remember to live free, adventure daily, and we'll see you in the next one.